Little nice pre-game war cry from New South Wales. Nice little subtle pre-game war cry from Victoria Country there. And as we said, banter and fun is highly encouraged in the Fistball National Championship. The question will remain is who's going to take the first serve for this matchup, as we see a little bit of paper, rock and scissors to determine who it's going to be. Well, it's New South Wales that won out. And it looks like it's going to be New South Wales, I think, with Nyla Pudal having the ball in his hand. And it looks like New South Wales will take the first serve. And that means team benches will have to literally swap tents. And New South Wales will be serving from right to left in this first matchup. Victoria Country will go vice versa. And it looks like it's going to be the Nyla. Nyla Pudal will be among those in the starting five, as we see for Vic Country, Rand Watson also taking part, as well as Derek Dobson, playing as that all-rounder for Victoria Country. Nyla will be one of the two attackers here. It's pretty much the X formation, as you see in outdoor fistball. It's a W formation in indoor fistball, which is very popular over in Europe. Here we go. First serve from Pudal. Let's get it on. Let's get the fist on. New South Wales and Vic Country to start things off. And that's a good start. Nice deep serve from Pudal, and first points go to New South Wales in this first set. A bit of an error there from the Vic Country defender. It looks like it was going to be tough when you're serving very deep to the defensive line. That was a good start for Pudal. Let's see what Vic Country can do. Oh, he miscued that one. He miscued the serve, which is very, very rare. And New South Wales, just like that, increased the lead. Carlossus. Hopefully second time he doesn't do so. Much better serve this time, and it was deep like Pudal's first serve. And this time it's Vic Country. And get their first points on the board. The Carlossus able to make amends on that serve. Again, going in deep. New South Wales appearing to be quite confused. Which way do they go after this serve? Pudal. Again goes in very deep, and that is an absolute beauty from the Nyla. A very explosive right fist serve. Deep towards the defensive line, and New South Wales continue to break away. 3-1 in this first set, in our first game of the day. We're coming to you live from Pioneer Park in Geelong on streamer.com.au. The first game of the 2023 Fistball Australia National Championship. Vic Country in a bit of early trouble. Carlossus to serve, again going in deep. But I think maybe a little too deep this time, or was it? It looks like it was just in line for Victoria Country to get that second point. Carlossus, like Pudal, getting some deep serves in. The depth of their service game proving evident early on. And Pudal again going deep, this time to the left-hand corner. And gets one back for New South Wales. At this point in time, New South Wales, they seem to answer every challenge from Victoria Country. Carlossus now just waiting for the play between Vic Metro and South Australia to finish up. 4-2 to New South Wales. New South Wales looking to go towards the service line here, and that's what they do. The Carlos is setting up now. Good attacking play there from New South Wales. Vic Country looking to go on the counter. Carlos's good depth. Pudal under a bit of pressure. Going straight to the net now towards Watson. Good attack from Dobson. New South Wales now just steady. Looking to go on the counter attack through Pudal. But that one is just wide. Pudal found the gap, but the breeze carried it along. But it was in the wrong direction. Vic Country, they get one back. Let's take a look on the replay. This is the first real long rally between the two teams. Dobson was able to just get inside the service line, getting the counter attack, forcing New South Wales to change the tempo. And then Pudal, he had the right shot to go to, but it was just in the wrong direction. Much better this time from Pudal. That deep serve really taking Vic Country off guard. And that's about 2 or 3 points that he has won off his own serve. So that service game from Pudal proving to be quite evident early on. 5-3 in this first set. Remember, you've got to get to 11 points, but you've got to have at least a 2-point margin to win the set. Serve this time coming in from Dobson. It's deep and gets one back. For Vic Country, that's a good response. They're really making a challenge, Vic Country, at the present time. Pudal again goes deep. And I would have to say, Victoria Country, the right-hand side defender maybe could have let that one go because it looked like that was going to be out. But New South Wales again answer back. 6-4 in this first set. Well, Dobson going quite shallow on that serve. Really kept New South Wales on their toes this time. Great attack there from New South Wales. They called Victoria Country's bluff on that play. And they now extend their advantage 7-4. There'll be a bit of a timeout here, as both sides will talk over tactics. And there you see on the middle a couple of the Western Fisters. What a great story this is. The first of the West Australian fistball teams of its kind. Only established 8 weeks ago through the genius of Dan Cox and Will Schofield. Let's take a look at some of the highlights so far of this first game. The service game of Nyla Pudal, the 25-year-old, evident early on, getting a couple of deep serves in, winning them early points. And then Victoria Country got on the counter-attack. They were able to answer the first challenge. Dobson primed close to the net. But then Nyla Pudal, he called Victoria's bluff. But that big strike, the second and the spike from the service line, just a little too deep. And that one was ruled out in favour of Victoria Country. The teams are now back out on the court, 7-4 in this first set. It's a best of 3 in the preliminary and early playoff games, with the exception of the championship final. With being a best of 5. Victoria Country to take the serve now. This time going shallow. Pudal got to it, but it didn't come off the way he wanted it. Good serve too by the Carlossus in at Cal Creasy. Where is Pudal going to go to next? Matthews setting it up now. Here comes Pudal. Great attack. Brilliant attacking spike from Pudal. He does it again. Whenever New South Wales have felt like they've been challenged, they call on the Nyla to produce the dynamite from the service line, and he did just that. Great piece of play. Great piece of play there, spiking it straight down the middle. Vic Country, again, with their backs to the wall. 8-5. Shallow serve down the middle. Kersley with no option but to take it to Vic Country's half. Matthews looking to set it up. Carlos spikes it right down the middle. New South Wales feeling the pressure, and they're unable to get it past. And Vic Country immediately respond. Again, they're answering the challenge of New South Wales, as the breeze is really picking up here at Pioneer Park in Geelong. Carlos gets some air on that one. Set up for the inanimate carbon rod. He attacked quite deep there towards New South Wales opposition half. Here comes Pudal. Again, gets a good attacking spike past the net. But Vic Country are not letting up this time. Again, setting up Pudal. And it's over. The inanimate carbon rod delivers. As we take a look on the replay, a good setup from deep in defence. Matthews, the playing coach, was just able to get it over, and it was good enough. And now they draw to within one, 8-7. I'm afraid that one was an error just inside the service line, but it would go out of play. New South Wales were able to get one back, 9-7. If they get the next 2 points, New South Wales, without any response, then they will take out the first set. If Vic Country can draw back, then we could be in for a very tight one. Well, that's a very good serve from Carlos, right down the middle. And again, they draw back to within one, Vic Country. Pudal, great shallow serve. He's usually going in deep, but this time he went shallow to the left-hand side. And he gets one back for New South Wales, 10-8. New South Wales, they'll be defending this Vic Country serve, but if they get this next point, they take the first set. But if Vic Country respond, they are still in with a chance. Carlos goes right down the middle, and he splits the New South Wales defence. Of course, New South Wales can still play for this set here, because this next point, they'll have that margin of 2 up their sleeve to take the first set. Pudal again going deep. Inanimate carbon rod being forced to go wide, but this time the strike from Carlos is out. And New South Wales, with that 11th point, they take the first set, 11-9 over Vic Country. But the Victorian countryside, they showed glimpses. They were able to answer the challenge early from New South Wales when they got that attacking game going early on. Pudal and also Yor, Evans and Watkin, who got that early start. But then players from Vic Country like Matthews, Creasy, Watson and Dobson started getting involved. They were able to spring up the challenge to New South Wales, but in the end, they were just able to break away early, the Blues, and set up that set victory. And this was one of many great strikes from Pudal, close to the service line. That one was the only error that he conceded from his end. That one was ruled as out. At the set, and then the spike from Pudal right down the middle, splitting the Victorian country defence. He has been the key so far for New South Wales. Coming up a little later on, New South Wales, they will remain on court 1, but they will take on the very best from South Australia. And for our Perth viewers, it's about 10:30 in the morning here in the over in the west. The Western Fisters, they will take on South Australia. It'll be a classic interstate showdown between the Crow Eaters and the Sand Gropers. The Western Fisters, their second game in the championship. They will be going to court 2 to take on the side you see on your right-hand side of your screen, Vic Country. You are trailing by 1 set after conceding the first 11-9. We begin the second set momentarily. New South Wales, they win this set, they take out the game. But if Victoria win this one, it's game on. We go straight to a decider. Carlossus with the first serve, again goes deep. Good counter attack. Here comes Pudal. Vic Countryside, Matthews looking to set it up. That one's out. And New South Wales get the first point of this second set. That was good play by New South Wales, taking the ball to the left-hand sideline. Vic Country, they were looking for a play right down the middle, but it wasn't to be. Carlos is this time going shallow. And that's a good response for Vic Country. Carl Creasy with a shallow serve, forcing Pudal to really put on the wheels and get to the ball in time, but he couldn't. But now Pudal with that explosive serve, he'll look to get one back. Victoria Country on the counter attack. Carlossus. Going shallow there was Carlossus, but Pudal getting some assistance from Kersley. Pudal gets the finish. He does it brilliantly, Pudal. And he's got a dynamic vertical leap too, as we see on the replay. Pudal just inside the net. And he was able to say, thank your mother for the rabbits. He spiked that one right out of reach. 2-1, New South Wales. Well done there by Kersley for New South Wales. The counter. Vic Country. Steadying now. Matthews. Goes very deep, does Matthews for Vic Country. Kersley combining now. Dobson. Here comes Pudal. Oh, just got a little too much air this time. That one has been ruled out. And it's level at 2-2. New South Wales will get the serve back. Good defensive play deep from Matthews, and Carlos looking to strike it right down the middle. New South Wales under a bit of pressure, but not if this man has a say about it. Pudal, absolutely terrific. And that is after a bit of a chatter, thinking, was that inside, or did his first grounding foot go inside the area before he struck it? But it's been ruled fair, and New South Wales take the point. Again, that was a brilliant piece of play from the likes of Evans, Watkin and Pudal, who have been keys so far in this matchup. Victoria Country looking to counter. They set it up pretty high for Carlos. Matthews getting involved, so too is Evans. Matthews aiming to go over the net. He couldn't this time. And that gives New South Wales a little bit of breathing space in this second set, 4-2. Victoria got to answer this New South Wales challenge here. And that was a bit of a nothing play, I'm afraid, from New South Wales. Victoria Country getting that one. Breeze again picking up here. The conditions be a bit of a handful for the players today, and of course as we go into the evening. Good initiative there by Matthews as well. That's his teammate there in Donnellan to go deep into that defensive line to counter any serve from Pudal, as the Carlos again. That's his specialty, that shallow spike to really catch the New South Wales players off guard, as we see on the replay. Carlos, he was tempted to really go deep, but found the gap, the depth that he's got in that setup to take it back to the New South Wales half. Very effective. And it levels it up at 4-all. And again, Carlos and the inanimate carbon rod, as well as Mr. Fister and Watson, the clipper, combined to set that one up. 5-4, Vic Country. That's the first time that they have led any set in this game today. Oh. And that serve has been ruled out. Pudal, that's only his second error. And that gives Victoria Country a bit of breathing room, and they call a stoppage of time at 6-4 to Victoria Country. They have found their way back into the contest, but what they got to do, they got to keep on that attacking play. Dobson, Watson, Creasy and Matthews, they've been the four real pillars of Victoria Country's turnaround in this second set. We see some of the highlights of the second set so far. New South Wales, they got the early start. Pudal, again, his game close to the net has been outstanding. Only one or two mistakes, and then that deadly right fist spike over the net. Absolutely terrific. Got plenty of power on that right fist. It's an explosive one, dare I say it. But then Carlos said, anything you can do, I can do better. Went shallow this time and didn't put a lot of power into that one. But he was able to find the gap in the New South Wales defensive half and find a vital point for Victoria Country. They've gone on a bit of a run here. 3 of the last 4 that Victoria Country have scored. Still anybody's game at the moment. Now, Nyla Pudal, the 25-year-old attacker, the Nyla, will get this serve back. Set up a little too deep for Vic Country. Pudal looking to get some air on that. Brilliant spike from Dobson. That was Evans, rather. This time it was Dobson getting it back to New South Wales half. Here comes Pudal. But it's well countered. Matthews with a lot of height in that setup. That's going to allow Carlossus to go into attack, but that one is out. So New South Wales get one back. And that makes the score 6-5. A very tight second set as the Carlossus will get this serve back. Right down the middle goes Pudal. There's clear communication from Matthews and Creasy. And that's on the hop for Pudal, but that's an error. And that will be Victoria Country's point. 7-5. Whilst under the rule there, a player's first grounding foot landing over the service line. Pudal trying to hit that one on the hop. But an error, conceding the point to Vic Country. Carlos is again going shallow. On the setup there from Evans was towards Jupp. But Jupp just went a little too wide there in that last attack. And Vic Country on a nice little run here. Good reversal of form by the Country Victorian side. And a deep serve this time, Pudal. That's his specialty, that deep serve right down the middle. And New South Wales answer the challenge. Oh, Victoria Country. It's now 8-6. Carlos is going wide, Dobson. Now here's Jupp. And that one was under the net. A little bit of a miscommunication in defence from Jupp and Evans. And that gives the point to Vic Country. Pudal again going deep on the serve. This is perfectly set up. But the net got in the way. Dobson set that one up almost perfectly for the Carlossus, Carl Creasy, to go for the finish. But the net just got in the way. New South Wales, on this occasion, can count their lucky stars, 9-7 in Vic Country's favour. Now you see Will Schofield and his teammate for the Western Fisters doing a bit of warm-up. They've got their first game a little later on against this same Vic Country side. Creasy goes too deep on the serve this time and gets another one for New South Wales. Carlossus serve with his team leading 9-8. And you heard the communication there from Evans and his teammates to Pudal to hit that one on the full. But Pudal, unfortunately, was in two minds, so that'll be another error on New South Wales' part. 10-8 in favour of Vic Country. And now Victoria is going to be serving for the second set. Well set up for Matthews. Good attack. And gets it. So that is the second set sealed for Vic Country. They have drawn level. And we go down to a deciding set. That's a great fight back by Victoria Country. They seized the moment. They answered the challenge for New South Wales early on. And now they have forced New South Wales into a deciding set in the first game of our Australian Fistball National Championship. Fitting two on this first game of the day that we go down to a decider. Here we see highlights of the second set. New South Wales again started to get some early momentum. But Victoria Country, a brilliant run. About three of the 4 points scored in that one stretch of play was in favour of Victoria Country. Here are some of the second set highlights. Early on, Pudal got his attacking game going again. Very explosive right spike. But then there were a couple of errors on New South Wales' part later on in the set. And you might have heard on one of the points being won, Evans and Watkin communicating with Pudal to hit a high one on the full. But Pudal was in two minds and decided the teams are now back out on the field for the start of the third set. It's the decider. 1-1. Who will take the first points of the day? It'll be Nyla Pudal to serve first. I'm seeing there's a bit of a delay in proceedings at the present time. Just deliberating on the rules, of course, in Fistball, I'm afraid. No open hands allowed. As the game goes on to its third set, and Pudal starts off the way he did in the first set for New South Wales. A dynamic serve, went in deep. And the Victorian Country defender, that being Kersley, just out of reach. That's a good start for New South Wales. Now, can Victoria keep this wave of momentum that they had in the second set and answer the challenge? Good high setup, Pudal. This time, having to set up his teammate in Jupp. Good attack there from Creasy. New South Wales just managed to keep it in play. Carlos is proving to be a gigantus for the Victorian Country side. He is on a roll today. He gets one back for Vic Country. That was a brilliant rally from both teams. We see on the replay. Good setup. Brilliant setup. Brilliantly timed. And Carlos is executing it well. For the level point. Equals it up. 1-1 in this third set. Pudal went in deep. That was brilliant, but the effort too from Brent Lehman. Really went for that one, but just out of reach. And New South Wales, through the deadly right fist of Pudal, takes back the lead for New South Wales, 2-1. Country now looking to level things up again in this third set. That's a good deep serve. Evans tried to give it everything, rescuing the play for New South Wales, but sadly for him, was unable to do so. That's an error, and it's now 2-2. Again, Pudal's service game has been what could really separate these two teams. Vic Country, they've been trying to figure out how to counter that, even though they got the second set. Pudal has been that key for New South Wales today. It's now 3-2 in this deciding set. And Pudal just out of reach this time, looking to set that one up to his nearest attacker in jump. But again, Vic Country getting a point on error. They now level at 3-3. It's been a point-for-point battle in this final set. Vic Country trying to set up the counter-attack, but another point on error. This time in favour of New South Wales, 4-3. Oh, and that was an error on the serve. Carlos's foot landing over the service line on serve. I'm afraid that is a schoolboy error. And that gives New South Wales a bit of breathing room now. Crucial in this deciding set. Better serve from the Carlos's. And now New South Wales setting up from the sideline. Pudal's serve again was brilliant. Almost an error from Lehman, but Matthews saves Victoria's bacon only temporarily. Matthews, that was a big strike from the defensive line, but unable to get it over the net. And it's another one for New South Wales. They're on a good scoring run here, 3-0. And a friendly handshake too as they change ends. As we see on the replay, you see Lehman left with nowhere to go there. Matthews put plenty of power into that from deep in defence. Just couldn't get it over the net. 6-3 as teams change ends. You see a couple of the players from each of the teams there who are not playing in the first games down on court 2 having a bit of banter. There's a couple of the South Aussies that'll be playing a little bit later on in the second game of the day against Vic Country. And the Western Fisters, they take on Vic Country, rather. South Australia taking on New South Wales in the second game. Victoria Country, they head to court 2 to take on the Western Fisters. And this time, Pudal trying to spike that one over the net right down the middle, but it was just underneath Victoria Country. They get one back. A few points being won on errors here. The pressure really starting to heat up for both teams. Even though it's the first game of today's championship, both teams, with all teams for that matter, playing only 4 games, Wins are crucial. Lehman trying to set that one up for Carlossus. Doesn't come off the way that he was hoping for. 7-4 for New South Wales. Again, that deep serve for Creasy, forcing New South Wales to try and set that one up from defence. They set it up from the defensive line straight to Pudal on the second touch. And another point being won on error here. So as I said a few moments ago, pressure on both teams starting to really heat up. South Australians, they're ready to go. They'll take on New South Wales in game 2. And this time an error from Vic Country. Sees New South Wales get one back. Set being controlled on errors here by the looks of it, but that run from New South Wales where they scored 3 straight could be the key. 8-5. Carlossus again wide towards the service line, but good enough. Carl Creasy in some good form today, and so is this man, Nala Pudal. It's all set up now for Carlossus. Goes big, but too big. Not even the breeze could bring that one down. A bit of a breeze blowing to the eastern end of Pioneer Park. Carlossus, I'm afraid, went too big this time. 9-6, so New South Wales a possible 2 points away from sealing this game and taking the first victory of today's action. And that's a much better setup. Much better setup, but the execution wasn't there as you saw the foot from Pudal underneath the net. And that's a point to Vic Country as a result. Under the rules, of course, you've got to have your feet, both your feet behind the net when you're going for that attack. If it's in front of the net, then you lose that point. Good counter there from Dobson to bring it back into New South Wales half. Here's Evans. It's all there for Pudal. Good counter from Matthews. And that was also an error. That one just bouncing in front of the net. And it gives New South Wales a chance to sew up the match. And that's it. Good finishing attack there from Pudal. And that seals the match for New South Wales. They get the first victory of the day. This time, 11-7 in the third set. And New South Wales, they will look ahead now to their next game against South Australia with a lot of confidence. The experience in that side proving very crucial, but don't take anything away from Victoria Country. They really got their fortunes turning in their favour in the second set. It's just those errors from defence into attack that proved quite costly. For Vic Country, they have a chance to bounce back on court 2 against the Western Fisters, who are having their first game in Fistball Championship in just a moment. And New South Wales, they will now battle with South Australia. As we see the post-game congratulations. New South Wales victorious in the first game today, 11-7 in the third set, and they take it 2-1 after 3 sets. We're going to take a short break, but when we do come back, New South Wales, they'll remain on court 1 as they take on South Australia, who are playing their first match in this year's championship. Don't go anywhere. You're live on streamer.com.au from Pioneer Park in Geelong. It's the 2023 Fistball Australia National Championship. Again goes in very deep, and that is an absolute beauty from the Nyla. Going straight to the net now towards Watson. Good attack from Dobson. New South Wales now just steady, looking to go on the counter-attack through Pudal, but that one is just wide. Pudal found the... Matthews setting it up now. Here comes Pudal. Great attack. Brilliant attacking spike from Pudal. Matthews looking to set it up. Carlos spikes it right down the middle. New South Wales feeling the pressure, and they're unable to get it past. Again, setting up Pudal. And it's going deep. Inanimate carbon rod being forced to go wide, but this time the strike from Carlos's is out. And New South Wales going shallow there was Carlos's, but Pudal getting some assistance from Kersley. Pudal gets the finish. He does it brilliant. Strike it right down the middle. New South Wales under a bit of pressure, but not if this man has a say about it. Pudal, absolutely terrific. Good initiative there by Matthews as well. That's his teammate there in Donnellan to go deep into that defensive line to counter any... Carlos is going wide. Dobson. Now here's Jupp. And that one was under the net, serving for the second set. Well set up for Matthews. Good attack. And gets it. Carlos is proving to be a giant.